Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? Hey, Ed. How are you doing? How's your trading going? Looks like it's just me and you, Ed, so let's just talk. Just kidding. Hey, Magda. Magda, how are you? Good morning, taxi driver. Hey, Tess. How's your trading been going, Tess? Hey, Shake and Bake. Y'all have any chart requests before we get started? Let me check. I know we don't have any 3-star events this morning, but let me change it to 2-star. We have GDP and PCE tomorrow and Friday. And most importantly, we have Nvidia earnings today after hours. So we have the 30-year mortgage rate we just had that in 5 minutes. We have Fed member Barkin speaking. We have oil inventory. Fed Bostic is speaking in 7-year note auction. So GDP tomorrow and PCE on Friday. Hey, CL4. Hey, Tammy, I will. She just restarted chemo, not having a great week, but my sister's there, which makes me feel better. But I will definitely tell my sister to hug my mama up and give her a big old kiss on the cheek. I know you, and I know that's exactly what you would do. And then you probably go cook for her, because that's how you love on your people. I don't know you, but I know you. Hey, Make Believe. Lane's here too. Awesome. Good, Ed. That's great. Anderson, you're in Asheville. What a beautiful town. I need to go back. Hey, Shambu. Hey, Dukaboos. Air Canada and copper's been on your mind, Ed? Okay, let's look at Air Canada on the TSX. All right, we don't have a weekly stair step. We're looking for a monthly high or low here. This has great volume for the TSX. We have earnings Wednesday, May 7th. We're looking for a monthly high or low. How much of a retrace is this? About 80%. So on a bounce, you'll be looking for a monthly low or high. On the weekly, we're not oversold. On the daily, I would still consider this a stair step with a 3-penny break. So if you want to treat this as a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 day stair step, look at that daily 12 EMA has been strong resistance since December 17th. That will change the character of the chart if bulls can get over that. We need to get over 1731 to get a 4-hour higher high. Yeah, exactly. I know it. My dad made her homemade tamales yesterday. I haven't asked. I was talking to them while they were making it, and they had like 2 hours left of work. So I'll have to find out today, was she able to eat it? All right. So AC doesn't look great. It will have its moment, likely, but bears have been dominating this chart. Copper will officially get started in 3 minutes. I need to be able to tell time. Okay, copper. On the monthly, we have a squeeze. We were unable to get through 48595. Weekly, we're looking for a higher low. Daily, we set that lower low now. We're looking for a 4-hour higher low here. We had a 50% retrace, so on a bounce, we could have an equilibrium. A higher high is not guaranteed with bears stepping in the way they have. And a 50% retrace, and on a bounce, you're looking for an hourly lower high. Oh, I would love it. Anderson, don't threaten me with a good time. I just went to Jacksonville, Florida last weekend to see my older sister, who's a doctor there. If you're in the Jacksonville area and you need a good doctor, I know a good one. And she's way louder and bossier and stronger personality than me, if you can imagine that. You're like, I don't want to meet her. Hey, Omar, Fat N, taxi driver, you're welcome. All right, so copper's not looking that great. The market's getting over 6,000 psychological. Don't forget these psychological levels. In Q yesterday, look at where we stopped. We went 10 points below 21,000, and that's where we bounced. We're no longer oversold on the 4-hour on NQ. RTY is not oversold on the 4-hour. ES is no longer oversold. Dow had a strong day yesterday. We did have some surprising green out there despite having a red market, with technology leading the way to the downside. We had healthcare green, and consumer staples were just off the chain yesterday, or whatever, off the hook, whatever the right terminology is now. XLP adjusted for dividends got a new all-time high yesterday. Look at that. You could keep XLP on back burner watch. You Fat N, I'm going to do it just because you asked so nicely and you're my friend, so I'm going to do it anyway. I'll do Sofi and UPST, and then we will get started with the show. So on Sofi, we're looking for a monthly higher low. Weekly's in a downtrend. We broke this 1360 by 18 pennies. Bulls are buying it right now. On a bounce, you're looking for a daily lower high, and we need a 4-hour trend change. Right now, bears still dominate. So you could look, we already got a 15-minute overbought in pre-market. You could look to top fish against yesterday's high, 1427, for a nice risk to reward short. And if it breaks, you stop out quickly. UPST, we're looking for a weekly higher low on UPST. Daily, we're in a downtrend. We filled the gap. We lost the daily 50 MA, but we are looking for that weekly higher low. 4-hour got oversold. We bounced enough for a potential 4-hour higher low compared to 63.69. Wonka, next time for sure. Right now, you definitely don't want to see my face. Lord have mercy. You know, I'm in my jammies actually, and I thought about having pajama trading on Wednesdays. I just sit here and trade in my pajamas for the pregame show. What do you think? I may do it. I'll show my face next Wednesday. How about that? And tomorrow for the webinar, you can, let's see. You can tune in tomorrow for the webinar, and I will be showing my face. Let's see. Let me pull this down and let's get started with the show. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. If you want to give me a follow on X at Chart Gal Lori. I am a member of the Chart Guys, and we teach technical analysis. What I do here every Wednesday is I give you a 20-minute from 6:30 to 6:50 my time rundown of the market. It is about 25 charts in 20 minutes or so. And I try to get you ready for the trading day. Tomorrow, we're going to go over building positive trading habits at 5 p.m. Eastern. The link is in chat. Let me pin that. It's right here. I'm going to pin that to the top of chat. If you want to bookmark that, you don't have to be there live. You do have to be there live if you want to ask me a question, but you can watch it after the fact. The economic calendar, we have consumer confidence. No, new home sales. Consumer confidence was yesterday. 10 a.m. new home sales. That is the only 3-star event we have besides oil inventory. Tomorrow we have GDP, and on Friday we have PCE right here at 8:30 on Friday, which could be a market moving event. All right, let's look at the markets. We got a bounce going on overnight. Let's get our bearings here with futures. I like to use futures because it trades more. It gives us more data. We lost our weekly support yesterday. We didn't lose the weekly 26 EMA. And don't get turned on the number of EMAs. If someone says they use 8 and 21, 9 and 20, 12 and 26, it's just a guidepost. Remember, at some point, a name is going to hit the 4 EMA, the 5 EMA, the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Remember, it's going to hit it. So you're going to have somebody out there saying, look at my EMA, it's superior, the 7.5 EMA. Well, it's going to hit it. It's going to hit it. It is a guidepost just to give you an idea of trends. Look at this weekly trend. Yeah, we broke bear yesterday, but have we broken this trend as far as the EMAs at a 45-degree angle? No. We haven't on ES. On a bounce, we'll be looking for a daily low or high. Now the question is, how big of a bounce do we get? Do we make enough room for a higher low and a trend change? Or is this a potential bear flag forming where we roll over to lower lows? And anything is possible. We have tariffs coming. Our tariffs, the threat of tariffs coming. So, and some people say it's a foregone conclusion. So we do have some economic events that could move the market and have moved the market. On the 4-hour, we've made enough room for a higher low on ES. We are bouncing right into the 4-hour 12 EMA on ES. I cannot underline the importance enough of NVDA earnings. NVDA supplies the chips for our mega tech companies. Semis are the fuel to the market's engine. And NVDA is the king of this space. And if they are thriving and they are guiding up, that is good for the market. If they are floundering and guiding down, that is not good for the market. That is the fuel to the market's engine. If the market is saying we need less fuel, then we're not going full steam ahead in the market. So my analogy of Nvidia being the fuel to the market's engine, if I'm going to take that analogy probably too far, if the market's demanding less fuel, then we need to factor that in, that this pullback is more than just a temporary pullback. Possibly. Of course, we have 500 participants in the S&P, more than just Nvidia, but I would say Nvidia is in the top 3 as far as key players. Looking at NASDAQ, we did not break weekly support on NASDAQ. We're still holding the weekly support of 20763. We bounced from 21,300. We've made enough room for a potential 4-hour higher low, and we have the 4-hour 12 EMA overhead. 15-minute overbought marked a temporary top yesterday. So now we're going to go up to hourly. So now we'll be looking for hourly reverse back burner on the market, looking for hourly overbought conditions for potential top fish setup. RTY, we have a potential daily bear flag setting up, and it could bounce to a 50% retrace. We'll just have to wait and see. We're in a weekly downtrend. We did hit the weekly 200 MA. We are looking for a potential monthly higher low. Look at this chart on the monthly. The Russell still looks good. Doesn't mean this can't fall apart, but on the monthly, we still have a squeeze. This still looks good. Dow, we're in a monthly uptrend. On the weekly, we're still holding support. We have plenty of room for a weekly higher low, and 4-hour oversold back here. We did get a lower low here, but look at this bullish RSI divergence here. RSI made a higher high while price made a lower low, RSI made a higher low, yes, while price made a lower low, and that just gave us a clue that Dow was stronger, and sure enough, we're stronger. I'm going to set alert here for 44,000 that's 40,000, 44,000. That will be the next psychological resistance for Dow. SMH, I could spend a lot of time here. It would be wasted because we have a binary event after hours with Nvidia earnings. However, this is a key chart for the market going forward. We do have a big squeeze here on the weekly, looking for a potential weekly higher low. On the daily, we lost the uptrend, and on the daily, we're not oversold. 4-hour got oversold looking for the weekly higher low. We're opening green. We're not gapping up. We have enough room now for a potential 4-hour higher low compared to yesterday's low. VIX, we broke out on the daily yesterday. On VIX, we've made enough room for a daily higher low. On the weekly, we did not break out. And now on the 4-hour, we've pulled back enough to make room for a 4-hour lower high. And that's what the market bulls want to see in order to get a bounce going. Notice the Hang Seng. Hang Seng was red yesterday. It was up 3.27% overnight. That is a huge move up in Hang Seng. Look at DAX. It's currently up 1.76%. That is a good sign for the overall market bulls. You're funny. You're wearing your jammies. Perfect. All right, so Hang Seng and DAX are green. Bitcoin is red overnight. Bitcoin, we had these 8-hour inside bars here break bear. This is a potential 8-hour bear flag. It confirms if we break the low 85,836. I pointed out yesterday to members that we have not gotten daily oversold since August 5th back here of 2024. And we are still daily oversold on Bitcoin. Does that mean it has to bounce? No, absolutely not. We're still oversold on the 4-hour. We'll watch here. If we get a tiny lower low on price and RSI doesn't make a lower low, that could be some bullish divergence. That could be a clue. But Bitcoin is still leading the way down for sure. Ethereum is also leading the way down. We have a potential 8-hour bear flag that breaks bear if it confirms below 23.19. Litecoin really stood out overnight. Look at this bad boy, up 8%. Weekly higher low it's not confirmed yet. We do have a nice long lower wick forming. On the daily, we've made enough room for a daily higher low. We need a 4-hour trend change to confirm that weekly higher low. Litecoin looks great. Litecoin is definitely leading the way up. On the dollar, 4-hour 26 EMA is overhead. We have an hourly uptrend to the bulls. We're still in a daily downtrend. Dollar and the market has decoupled to a degree. Dollar has been weak and market hasn't been taking advantage of that. And gold decoupled from dollar yesterday. Gold and dollar were weak yesterday, where normally they're inverse. So gold, we have enough room for a 4-hour higher low. We have an hourly EQ below that 12 EMA. Oil, I've been waiting for this weekly potential higher low here on oil. That is the more likely scenario. We did have one less day last week with the holiday, so we can't really, measuring the volume is not apples to apples. However, we are looking for a weekly higher low. 4-hour is oversold. We have a double bottom now at 68.66, 68.66, and we have oil inventory today. So we'll see if bulls can get anything going. We need a 15-minute trend change to the bulls to say, okay, that's step one toward the weekly higher low. We need a 4-hour trend change. Remember, we got a 4-hour trend change back here, and that did not mark the weekly higher low. So bears have been having their way with oil. Nat gas, we filled this gap. We had a gap here from the gap down Sunday night. And I want you to pay attention to how often these gaps get filled that are created to the downside or upside on Sunday. And yesterday we filled the gap. We have enough room for a 4-hour higher low on nat gas. Apple has been a bull star. Apple is somewhat, not 100%, but it has been considered by market participants immune from AI and this DeepSeek narrative. And so they've been going up despite DeepSeek. They got a new high yesterday over the prior day high, but this is not a good look. If I were looking to short a laggard today, Apple could join the fold of laggards. On a bounce, you could look for a potential short on Apple. Apple and Nvidia went opposite. They went inverse yesterday. So Apple had this big move up on their shareholder meeting yesterday and then pulled back the rest of the day. Nvidia started bouncing up while Apple was pulling back. Nvidia had an inverse move to Apple, something to keep in mind. Amazon's gapping up. Amazon had a beautiful daily reversal candle yesterday. It needs to confirm today. So the daily stair step on Amazon is breaking to the upside right now. We're above yesterday's high by $1.61. Looks like this gap up could hold. Gap rules apply. As long as we hold yesterday's high as support, which was, what happened was 213.34. So as long as bulls hold 213.34 as support, that is a long signal. This was Dan's pick yesterday for a long, and he picked great. Amazon looks great. Daily stair step bull break if we hold this gap up, which it looks like we are, or at any point today we get over yesterday's high. Assume we are not gapping up, which right now we are. It would be, I think this would last 12 candles, maybe 12 stair step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 stair step to the downside. Nvidia has earnings after hours. We are looking for a potential weekly higher low. We are at the daily 200 MA, and 4-hour got oversold yesterday. We've made enough room for a 4-hour higher low. We're not gapping up right now on Nvidia, and that's okay. That's okay. We have enough room for a potential 4-hour higher low. I told the members yesterday I wouldn't be looking to short Nvidia, and that remains true. I wouldn't be looking to short Nvidia. Looking for the weekly higher low at the daily 200 MA with 4-hour oversold yesterday. That would not have been my pick with earnings after hours today for a short. And I think you could look for a pullback long if you wanted a potential run into earnings. AMD is heavy. AMD is in the chip space, but it's not necessarily direct correlation with Nvidia. We have a monthly downtrend. We have a weekly downtrend. We have a daily downtrend, 4-hour downtrend. On a bounce, you could look for a short on AMD. I'm looking for a reverse back burner on AMD. I think we got 15-minute overbought in after hours. I think you could look for a 15 or 30-minute overbought conditions for a short on AMD. Crowd, we're looking for a weekly higher low on Crowd. They have earnings next week, so we're looking for a weekly higher low. Daily, lost the daily 50 MA yesterday. And we closed 4-hour oversold. We're right at it right now. We've made enough room for a 4-hour higher low. I think if we wanted to look for a crowd long, looking for that weekly higher low, it could be a good trade. Meta, we're looking for a weekly higher low. 4-hour got oversold yesterday. We were oversold earlier. The bounce cooled it off enough, but we have enough room for a 4-hour higher low. I like Meta long. MSTR, this looks like a potential 4-hour bear flag. We have crypto weak. We are at the daily 200 MA. I like MSTR short, looking for a reverse back burner. If you wanted to top fish this 260.94, I think that could be a good top fish level, looking for continuation short. So I like AMD, MSTR, and Tesla for the reverse back burners, looking for top fish setups. And I like Crowd and Meta, looking for those weekly higher lows. Tesla was super weak yesterday. We did not get, I don't think we got SSR yesterday. Let me do that math. So SSR is short sell restricted, means you can only short on the bid, not the ask. So on the calculator, if I look at the close price for the prior day, 330.53 times 90, 297.47. Oh, we did get 10%. So we are SSR on Tesla today. I'll have to confirm that later when I'm not in a hurry to do the math. So bears can't short on the ask. They have to short on the bid. And that is meant to keep the selling orderly. So we'll see if Tesla can get a bounce down here. That kind of changes things for me. Bulls could be looking for a potential long here. Bears are looking for a bounce short. An hourly lower high is the more likely scenario. Daily's oversold, looking for a monthly higher low. 4 hour still oversold. Now that changes things for me with Tesla. With daily being oversold, looking for a monthly higher low. That still looks like a 4 hour bear flag. I wouldn't give bulls too much of benefit of the doubt. Tesla's still getting hit with the Doge overhead of this Department of Government Efficiency and possibly taking away Musk's focus from Tesla. And Tesla has a gap down here at 255.28. I like to set alerts where we have these big gaps, and I'm going to have to wrap it up on, unfortunately, 255.20. I'm going to do it 255.50 when we approach that gap. I'm going to have to wrap it up and go start the live for market open for our members. Don't forget about our Building Positive Trading Habits webinar tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. That link is pinned in your chat. Don't forget to give me a follow on X at ChartGalLori. Thank you for being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit a button, but definitely hit the stop loss button. All right, y'all, use stop losses now.